Welcome to my channel. I will beg you to subscribe. Just a subscription will be fine, and from there we will have more people to teach, we have more people to train, and it's going to be a lovely time here. So please share, subscribe, and God bless you for that. So today I'll be talking about some CorelDraw curve, how to manipulate using the shape tool to create curves in CorelDraw. So we'll be working with the shape tools today, and it's a very simple thing to do. So let's say, for instance, I click my rectangular tool here and decide to get something like this. And I want to work with the shape tools today because I explained the pick tools in details the last time. So now for the shape tools to be active, there are some few things to do. Now this is my rectangular shape here. If I click this thing, automatically you will see some 4 dots here. What it implies is that if I'm doing anything here, it will affect these 3 dots around it. You see, like this. Do you see that? So whatever I'm doing here, it affects the other dots around because they are all put with black color here. This edge here, this dot here, the nodes are marked black. And if I want to only affect a side here, I will just click on that side. Automatically the node here are no longer dark, which means this is the one active. And permit me, I'm using CorelDraw 2024. So here I can go back. So when I go back here, I can do the same thing here by clicking it one time and then drag it. So you see, click one time and drag. So automatically I've curved 2 edges of this design. And if I want everything curved, since everything is dark this way, I'll draw it this way and I have a curve. Okay, aside that, the next thing I'm going to be doing is to convert this rectangle to curve. So I will come back to my shape tools here and I will right click and convert to curve. So in this angle, I have the permission to take it to anywhere I want. You see, I will reshape it to any this thing I want. And let's go back. Or better see, I can double click at the center here and make it like this, depending on what I'm looking for. Now I can also turn it to curve like this. And then you see, I'm going to manipulate this one upward and bring this one downward, and then I will right click here too and convert to curve. Then these 2 arrows will come in. I'll click on this, take it upward again and take it downward. For those who actually want to create badge, this is one of the secrets you use. So let's say, for instance, I want to make a badge. You see this, the next thing to do is to just create a node from here to this point, drag it this way, you see, and then take from here, I'll shift it this way and then mirror it to match. And I can have my this thing here. Maybe I convert this one also to curve and come to my big tool and convert this one to curve and pull it downward a little here like this, and convert this also to curve and pull it downward a little like this, and I have a badge. So I can write on this and a banner under a badge. Sorry, this is a banner, not a badge itself. So with this I can manipulate and do something else, just color it the way you want. So I'm going to take it gradually because it looks as if I'm a bit fast. So now this is how to use it. Come this way, you right click and convert to curve and go to your shape tool. Do you see that? So if you want to curve this part, you right click and move to curve. And these 2 arrows tells you the direction of your curve. So if you take the arrow here, it will curve upward. If you bring the arrow down, it will curve downward. I hope you understand this particular point here. Good. So that's it for the manipulation of the curve. So if I want some other thing here, you see, that shape alone, this is what I will do. Do you see that? Control Z. What did we choose here? We choose the snail tool. It says changes the edge of an object by dragging along its what? Dragging along its outline. So here I can drag along the outline. You see that? So, and then the next one here is the twine. This one will rotate everything. Do you see that? Do you see that? Let me go this way. Good. Or better still, let me come here and click and hold. Do you see what just happened? I'll come here, click and hold it. Do you see that? I'll come here, click and hold it. So automatically I have a very beautiful curve here. Very simple as ABC. Look at it. Twine tools. So if I come here, the edge here, and I just click and hold, it gives me this beautiful thing. If I click and hold, it gives me this beautiful thing. So now, you that is a graphic designer, your number one advantage is your ability to be creative. So you can come up with something, you see, very easy. But if I give you something to design, if you're not aware of this tool, you will go on and try to create code from A to Z when CorelDraw has made things easy. Okay, so this is one thing I want you to really hold on to. It's very important in CorelDraw, and it will pay you well if you become a friend with the shape tool. Very, very important, because most of your manipulations comes from here. And then we have the curve tool, the knife. You see, the knife, as the name implies, you just use it to cut. There is nothing special with the knife. You just use it to cut. But most times, the knife tool can be very, very, should I use the word troublesome or difficult? Normally, you just go from the edge and you cut. So that's how the knife tool works. You see, this one has been divided. Or maybe I have to paint the image so that whatever I'm doing with the knife tool will look better. Okay? Do you see, from point to point? Then I will leave it here. Now automatically this is cut off. Do you see that? Let's go back to the knife tool. This is the knife tool. I will select, pull my shift down and push it upward like this. At this perpendicular point I will leave it, and then I'll click here. So this is what happened. This image has been cut off from the rectangle. So that's what the knife tool does. Normally in your kitchen, I know you use knife to cut. The eraser erases the diagram. Do you see this? It erases it. So it's still an avenue or an opportunity to manipulate something with your eraser. Okay? The cropping is to crop the image, but sometimes cropping in CorelDraw, if you are not careful, you may end up losing every other design around the workspace. So you need to take note of that. Now the freehand tools, the 2 point, those ones are just straightforward. You can have a straight line like this, connecting one point to another. That's what the 2 point does. Okay? Now let me just do something funny for you to see. Let's try and design an envelope. I think you will like it. Okay, so the first thing is to get the shape of an envelope. And I know an envelope is something similar to this. This big tool I'm using for now. I've not even touched our shape tool, but I'll definitely make use of the shape tool for our envelope. So now I have an envelope and I want to design an envelope. Let's say a closed envelope before we attempt an opened envelope. So now I will drag this to the center, you see. Like I said earlier, I'm using CorelDraw 2024. So at the center here, I will click and then come to my, and convert to curve. And then I will come to my shape tool. Then I will look for the center here and double click what did I do? Double click to create a point there. I will double click to remove this point, and I will double click to remove this point. So as simple as that, we have a shape. So let me give it a light color like this, and then maybe make this one a little bit lighter. Good. And I can come back here and remove the line and make it look something like this. And even this one can go on with the same color, or let's make it a uniform color. No, let's make it a uniform color. Now there is no shape, right? Okay, we'll go to our outline and add a line. So there is something that can give this one beauty. Let me add a little shadow to it. A little shadow will make the difference. A little shadow. Okay, and now I have something that is more of an envelope. I hope you understand what I did here. Very simple. I will run it again for you to have proper understanding. You can even replay it anyway. So you come this way. This is a shape. So I'm going to create half of the shape. So I will right click at this point under here where my cursor is moving. I will click, not right click, and I'll drag it up. So once it hits the center, CorelDraw will alert me that this is the center. So I will right click while holding the click down and leave it to create another. So now I will right click on this place and convert to curve. So when converted to curve, I will now come down to my shape tool, which is activated, and I will try locate the center here and double click. Okay, now once it's this way, I can come to this angle now and double click to remove that length. So I have a straight line here, and I will come to this angle, double click to remove it. So now I have an envelope shape, right? This is an envelope shape. So even if I leave it like this, I can pass my assignment that this is an envelope. But then to give it a more realistic view, or a realistic, make it more real, I will come to this shape tool here and click, and then from the beginning here, I'm going to drag my shape tool down a little to create some feel. So here I'm going to leave it like this, and this is more of a realistic envelope than just leaving it the way it was initially. So this is what happens here, and if it's too much, I can bring it, reduce the amount of shadow casted on me. It's just shadow, there was nothing magical here. So like this, and I have something. So this is just an envelope. So there is no limit to what you can do with your your pick tools and shape tools. So this is just an example, and it's very easy. So you try something and share with us on the comment section what you do, and you can reach me on WhatsApp. My phone number still remains 07066804422. If you are outside Nigeria, you can add +234 before the 7, 07066804422. So that's my phone number. And the next thing we're going to be doing, which I'm not going to be doing here because of time factor, we'll come back to learn how to design simple flyers and very other things. So along while we're doing the work, you will get to know more of the CorelDraw tools. And I'm glad you watched till this very moment. Please subscribe. God bless you. Thank you so much.